How goes it, YouTube? Today is Monday for me, but happy whatever day it is that you're watching this. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let's get to this video. Alright. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the most, 10 videos with endings you'll never guess. So let's see what videos pop up to see what videos that they're listing that have different endings. Alright, let's get to it.
These videos all have endings that will keep you guessing, and as you are watching, just remember, not all surprises end well. Number 10. An officer pulls over a vehicle for running a red light. He and the driver are having a discussion about what to do next, when it looks like a third vehicle is trying to get the officer's attention off in the distance.
The other light, the light's going straight. Who is this?
The officer probably guesses he is being flagged down by someone with an emergency to report, which happens from time to time during traffic stops, but that's not how this video ends at all.
Hey! Get out of here, man. You're good.
The headlights continue to grow brighter, and soon the officer realizes this driver has no intentions of slowing down. He steps around the back of the car moments before getting flattened.
That person was
I don't
lucky.
know if the
That
person
got
driving
no
was
tickets
just
or nothing.
completely not paying attention, but this is a major violation that could easily land them behind bars. The police officer lets the first person go and ducks into his squad car to pursue the other car. I'm sure this is definitely not how they were expecting the traffic stop to end. Number 9. This Oklahoma weather report has an interruption and an ending that you will never guess.
The cloudy sky, southerly winds are going to be with us. Whoa. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. This is live on air.
An earthquake rips through the building and threatens to collapse its very foundations. I think most people would run for cover, but her reaction will probably surprise you more than the actual event.
That was well over 4.0 magnitude, I can tell you that much right now. Let me finish this forecast and then...
Rather than evacuate, she and the rest of the crew bravely finish up the weather report, despite getting rocked by an earthquake over 4.0 on the Richter scale. Let me know if you would have put your job first and done the same, or if you would have been out of there immediately. Number 8. A news reporter is getting ready to go live when an elderly local wanders into his frame.
How are you?
The two politely exchange hellos and the reporter thinks nothing of it until he squints off in the distance, thinking he recognizes the person from somewhere. As it turns out, the man who just passed them by was the exact same person who they were seconds away from doing a missing report on.
I'm Jerry, man. Been looking for you for a while. You hurt or anything? No? You cold?
He has memory problems and had wandered away yesterday. Looking at him, you wouldn't be able to tell anything is wrong with his memory, but his shoes are wet and he has been wandering in the wilderness overnight. Fortunately, he somehow found his way back to the road, and they were able to get him before he became too exhausted and lost. Number 7. When this man went after a string of banks along the Cincinnati tri-state area, police were flooded with anonymous calls from people who claimed to know who it was. When they went to his mother's house to take him into custody, she was extremely distraught and said she had watched the news and already knew why they were here. The two pictures look almost identical and the sunglasses did little to hide his true identity. It seems like an open and shut case, but you'll never guess the ending. After some more investigating, they find out the real crook was this man named Conrad Zerdiak, who had bought a lifelike mask for $1,000 and used it during his spree. The mask just so happened to look exactly like the suspect in question. If Conrad's girlfriend hadn't have turned him in, they may very well have gotten the wrong guy. I wonder how many other times a realistic mask was used to commit a wrongdoing, and how many other innocent people may be put behind bars under similar circumstances. After all, saying that somebody was wearing a mask that looked just like you is a pretty unbelievable alibi. Number 6. A Russian police officer pulls a car over at a security checkpoint for questioning, but he barely has a chance to say anything before he finds himself jumping in the vehicle to save his life, and you'll never guess from what. About 20 vicious wolves emerge from the frosty forest and run in unison down the M23
That is
highway. I can't
crazy.
tell if this is computer-generated effects or an unedited CCTV video, but if this really happened, then the police officer gets into the car just 3 seconds before a large wolf trots by where he was just standing. He doesn't even get the door shut in time, and the animal could have jumped in if it really wanted to. The wolves must have recently feasted, because they do seem rather unconcerned with him, but I have little doubt that one of them would have taken him out just for sport
That's
if he had
crazy.
stood in their way for much longer. Number 5. This Birmingham, Alabama restaurant
guys
seems
see?
to be rapidly falling apart, with surprised customers still inside. Chunks of ceiling lay strewn on the ground as more infrastructure cracks and breaks overhead.
Hell no.
It looks like the ceiling itself is about to crumble, and it eventually does less than a minute later, but you'll never guess the reason why.
We had the same experience.
A person.
A stranger bursts through the ceiling and lands on their feet, covered in fiberglass insulation. Fortunately, this happened over an empty table and not the counter area, where somebody could have easily gotten harmed. They try to act like nothing is wrong as they walk to the exit and drive away. Later, the man is apprehended after a short chase by police. Investigators think he was trying to take money from the back office, but accidentally fell through the main dining room instead. Whatever his reasoning was, I'm sure the customers never guessed their meal would be ended early by his grand escape. Number 4. 2 golfers in Florida decide to have some fun with an alligator near the
Crazy.
edge of an embankment. They tap a golf ball in its direction just to see how it reacts.
His robbery went extremely wrong. Because he was trying to get out, or he could have been living in the ceiling. Who knows? We don't know what his thing is because he literally fell out and walked out quickly. Like it was just nothing. Like that didn't just happen. Like you didn't just fall out of the ceiling. Gosh, people are special. He must have been on something. On that good stuff. That's the stuff I don't
Try to
wanna do.
translate what one of them says at the end if you can too.
All right, andiamo.
The gator eyes the golf ball and makes a quick decision. Judging by their surprised reactions, it's definitely not the ending they were expecting.
That sucks.
Noticed how the gator seems to hold eye contact with the person recording. I know these reptiles have very limited
I took the ball.
intelligence, but it's almost as if the gator knows it has the last laugh as it slips into the water without
Mhm,
breaking
it
its
took your ball.
stare. Number 3. A YouTuber named Alone in the Dark takes a 2-hour tour of a haunted hospital that has been out of commission for a long time. He repeatedly hears
A
noises
2-hour
and gets
tour.
signs that he is not alone. Like here, for example, when you can see a light appear out of nowhere in response to his voice.
Seems I hear ringing.
At one point on an upper floor, he
People
finds a
be
long
going looking
streak
for
of dried
these
red
quiet
liquid
places. Why don't
running
they go
down
with
the
them
wall
people?
from a nearby
Why go by
ceiling
yourself?
vent. It almost looks like someone was grabbed from above by something terribly strong and pulled up into the ventilation duct, where they met a horrible fate.
Looks like blood.
Something else strange about this video is how all of the cabinet doors that he passes by seem to be flung open. Cabinets opening by themselves is a classic sign of a haunting, so take that for what you will. When he is finally
Again.
ready to leave, the paranormal events really
hope he
pick
had
up in
multiple
ways you'll
people there
never
with him.
guess.
Should have had some people with him, buddy. You shouldn't go by yourself.
There's a lot more going on
Always
in
have
this
people
one.
with you.
First, he hears an ambulance pull up to the defunct hospital, and then he sees shimmering lights on the ground. It could just be broken glass reflecting into the beam of his flashlight, but then again, it could be a paranormal energy
No, I would not be
signature.
there.
Either
Would
way,
not
the
be going
timing
there
of
at
the
all.
ambulance siren is too much of a coincidence for me to believe this was anything normal. Number 2. A European factory worker takes a thin rod and coaxes molten metal down a chute. Once he has a steady stream going, he takes off his protective gear and you'll never guess how the video ends. with no glove and not even so much as a jacket to protect his bare arms. The fearless factory worker swats at the lava-like substance with just his hand. Watch how the splattered molten metal scorches a nearby pipe and dries into thickened black clumps, and you can tell this is definitely real. No editing. He does this no less than 6 times and holds his hand out to show only some blackened fingertips and nothing more. I have no idea how this is humanly possible, or more importantly, how he was able to discover this bizarre and rare talent, let alone put it to use at random. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. Are you curious about what I look like in real life? Then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT to find out. Do you like my narrations? If you answered yes, then tap the follow button and thank you for your support. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit the subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. My music video for Who Am I Now has been uploaded, but do not watch it. Please, please, please don't. Also, don't forget I upload a new video here on YouTube every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1. 3 masked men attempt a daring heist in Sydney, Australia at the Miller Shopping Centre. They are in the middle of taking jewels when literally everyone in the store decides they are not going to take this, and soon the men find themselves running for their lives. Customers and staff join together and chase the men out of the mall. Not even the fact one of the masked men is holding a sledgehammer is enough to hold back the angry vigilante mob. The 3 masked men flee into a red van and speed away with the mob close behind. With so many similar instances caught on video, it's quite a surprise to see everyone join in to chase off the robbers for once. It is said that 3 a.m. is when most paranormal and scary events happen, and as these videos show, it might just be better to go to bed early instead.
Well, tell me your thoughts on these videos that we just seen, because that mob ain't playing no games. Ain't playing no games. That mob legitimately was like, we ain't letting you do this today. We're gonna be after you today. So tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you thought about all the videos, which ones stick out most to you. And I thank you so much for watching. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day, or rest of your evening, or rest of your work day. Have an awesome weekend. If you're not having a good day, I hope you're having a better day now. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.